Before we get into this case, buckle up because this one moves fast. We've got a couple who built a whole family in under a year. And now? Everything is unraveling just as quickly. Mrs. Carroll says she's done and brought divorce papers to end it all, while Mr. Carroll claims he's here to fight for his marriage. Love, resentment, emotional neglect, postpartum struggles, counseling drama, and a twist you won't see coming. Pay attention, because this case forces a big question. Is it love? Or are these two just holding on to the idea of love?
Carroll.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Carroll. Mr. Carroll, pleasure to have you here in divorce court. This case is one where our plaintiff and our defendant have been together for 4 years and 10 months, married for 3 years and 10 months, and you have a 3-year-old little girl together. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you're presently living together, but something brings you to divorce court. What is it, Mrs. Carroll?
So, Judge Starr, we're here in divorce court today because I feel as though my husband, Mr. Travis Carroll, has no respect for myself or this marriage. I feel emotionally unsupported, and there's a huge lack of intimacy. And so at this point in the marriage, I just want him to sign these papers so that I can move on with my life if he cannot get it together.
So you brought divorce papers to court?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Carroll, you heard your wife. What do you say, sir?
I'm here to save my marriage and try to win her love back. I know we have difficulties, I know we have differences, but I feel like this is something that we can hold on to.
Okay. You think that if we work hard at it, we can be solution-oriented today,
Yes, ma'am.
rather than just toss the marriage?
Right.
Okay.
Work very hard for this.
So, Mr. Carroll, I'm gonna go over here to Miss Carroll and ask you to take me back a little bit. When did you meet? How did you meet? And what got us to this point?
We met May of 2020, and it was nice, beautiful day. I was headed to an event after work. So I was out walking my dog. I had literally just got off work, was walking my dog, still had my uniform on. I was trying to rush and get him together so I could get where I was going. And my husband was in his work truck. He was delivering appliances at the time. And he stopped me and asked me where a building was in the apartment complex. I didn't really know where it was. And I told him it might be, over there somewhere. And I went about my merry way. As I proceeded to come back out of my apartment and get into my vehicle, I saw him from my rearview mirror slowly creeping up to my car, and I'm saying, what is this? What is he doing? What's going on here? And so he approached my window, so I cracked it, and I'm like, what is it?
For real?
He said, I just wanted to tell you were so beautiful, and I wanted to know if I could get your number. Well, I was not interested in giving him my number. Okay, and so I said, I'll take your number. Judge Starr, I had no intentions on calling him, but something kept tugging at me all that afternoon while I was at my event, and I decided to give Mr. Carroll a call. And from then, we scheduled a date, and we went from there. And so that's when it was all roses and sunshine and butterflies.
And as I understand it, because I can count, and the math is mathin'. You all got pregnant pretty quickly.
Okay, we met in May, and I was pregnant in August.
Ooh, Lord, you barely got time to know his middle name.
I know it, Judge Starr.
I know.
I know it.
Listen, you make a reckless choice, and it manifests itself, then you have to live with the decision, and you all stepped up and decided to live with the decision. Am I correct?
Yes.
All right, so now we're here.
Yes.
But when did things change, you guys?
Baby is born. We're home now. I'm adjusting to motherhood, adjusting to having this sweet little flower. And I'm noticing that I am changing mentally, physically.
That
everything
happens.
about me has changed. Fast forward 8 months into my pregnancy, 8 months postpartum. We get into an argument. It was a petty argument. I don't remember exactly what it was about, but we get into an argument. He goes and stays with his cousin for about a week. When he came back, we're trying to get back on good terms, resume in a healthy manner, and he tries to initiate intimacy with me.
What happens?
I tell him, I said, listen, you've been gone for a week. If you have been with anybody, you need to let me know right now. So he pauses. And he just, removes himself. And so I'm like, what does that mean?
So
Uh-oh.
what really happened was, of course, after she had the baby and everything, we're trying to get better or whatever the case may be, but she has a way with words, and she made it apparent that she didn't want to be with me anymore, that she wanted to end the marriage then. We're not friends, you don't love me. She's going on and on and on.
So you all had a rough time after the birth of your
Right,
child.
but she convinced me then that it was over. So
You left.
I didn't
left.
give you a pass to cheat. I didn't.
Man, look, so she told me it was over. So in my head, I felt like divorce papers is on the way.
Okay.
I did not go out to go cheat or nothing like that. But unfortunately, there was a young lady in my past that was giving me the attention that she refused to give me. And I'm not saying nothing about her being pregnant, because this is way before that time as well. She be standoffish. She act like she don't want to deal with me.
That's because you all don't really know each other. I mean, you didn't at that time. That's it. You all don't know how each other's ways are. You don't know how you argue, because by the time you got pregnant, you all barely would have had time to have your first argument. Mm-hmm. And that's that dating time period that gives you the opportunity to learn it, so that when you start to hit real issues like postpartum depression, or somebody loses their job, or somebody gets disabled and not able to work at a time, how you are going to effectively deal with that, you had time to see it.
Right.
Right.
So that's where the issues are.
Right.
You just didn't have time to see it.
Right here is where a lot of couples fall into the same trap. Moving too fast without building a real foundation. They went from strangers to parents almost overnight, skipping the stage where you actually learn who the other person is. This is important because when you don't learn each other's communication style, love style, or conflict style before life hits hard, it becomes a painful mismatch. And with postpartum emotions, identity shifts, and life stress, things can go from romantic to resentful fast. Let me ask you watching. Do you think getting married and starting a family too quickly sets couples up for failure? Or can it work if the love is strong enough? Comment what you think before we continue.
How to get through it, yet on top of all of this, you don't think Mr. Carroll is supportive of your career.
No.
I don't understand what that means.
So, Judge Starr, I am a police officer.
Okay, so that's a stressful job, yes.
Very stressful.
And we thank you for your service.
Thank you. After about 6 months, I decided to go back to work. You know, most people, they only have 6 weeks. Mm-hmm. I took 6 months. I go back to work. I get into a foot chase where the subject is pointing a weapon at me while I'm running.
Wow.
At this time while I'm running, I'm realizing how much my body has changed. So I get home that evening and I just wanted to fall into softness.
You needed some support.
Husband. Yes. And Travis always responds like I'm trying to brag, or I'm bragging about accolades, or I want accolades. And he's just very absent-minded and aloof when I'm talking about my emotions. And he feels that me talking about my emotions or crying is a form of manipulation. And so him saying that he feels manipulated, I'm like, okay, let me disconnect from you and not put my trust in you emotionally at all.
So when she was telling me about that situation in particular, I was worried about her safety, because amongst her being in jeopardy of danger from the person that she was chasing, she's a new mom and her body has changed. So I was definitely, listening to her and sympathetic of everything that she was telling me. My whole thing is, why do we have to talk about this same situation 2 weeks from now? And then a week from now?
Because your wife is the kind of person that dwells on things. It's not to say it's a negative, but that's how she works through situations. Is she needs to find resolution by sort of talking it through until she feels it's resolved. That may not work for you. And the problem is you're having an expectation that he's going to meet those needs for you.
Right.
And that may not be who he is.
And that's what I'm discovering, Judge Starr. That's not who he is, and he possibly will never be. So I have to deal with things on my own or go elsewhere. That means my support system.
Well, the way you define your support system is your support system based on what you need.
Right.
And I get the feeling that Mr. Carroll is defining his support system based on what he needs, and he's not getting what he needs either. Am I right, Mr.
I'm
Carroll?
not getting anything. While she has different outlets and different ways that she can help herself and time off work and, you know, whatever that she needs, she gets. I haven't stopped working. I haven't had time to process my own feelings or whatever I got going on. I'm continuously moving and moving and moving because when she stops, I still have to continue. That's
And let
what
me
a
guess,
partnership's
your
supposed to be.
intimate life has probably been reduced to nothing, right?
Yes, and it has been reduced to nothing because ultimately I view Mr. Carroll as an enemy. I don't see him as a partner.
Do y'all like each other?
And
Damn, there is a big silence.
This is a turning point. Notice how both of them felt alone at the same time, but they coped in opposite ways. She needed emotional support. He needed physical reassurance, and neither knew how to provide what the other needed. This is where marriages break. Not because of lack of love, but because of unmet needs turning into resentment. Now, does his wife saying, "I'm done," give him a pass to go looking for attention elsewhere? Not legally and not ethically, but emotionally, some people justify it. What matters here is that instead of getting help together, they escaped into separate worlds. Viewers, be honest. When a partner emotionally checks out, is seeking attention from someone else cheating, or just a symptom of a dying relationship, drop your thoughts.
An enemy, and I don't feel like he likes me. Now, he makes attempts, but I feel like he's only making an attempt for, I really don't know. And in the attempts there, if I don't give in to what he wants, then he goes right back into the disrespectful tone and language, which is very abusive to me, the way that he speaks.
I think there's so much toxicity going on in your relationship. I'm not sure that the solution is one that either one of you are going to want to hear from me. But this sounds like the kind of situation where co-parenting might be the best option rather than trying to make a marriage work.
Well,
I mean,
Judge Starr, we're on our fourth marriage counselor. We're on our fourth marriage counselor.
Because you fired the first two because they didn't agree with you.
I did not fire anybody. We both agreed that the first two marriage counselors were not effective. This current counselor that we have, we both love him. He's very effective. However, I had a situation at work a couple of weeks ago, and he reached out to Travis and said, "Hey, are you guys still coming in for your Zoom meeting?" And he said, "Well, my wife's dealing with something at work." So I would assume that he would have rescheduled. And so what I'm having to learn is to stop trying to remind Travis to do things. Because I asked him, I said, did you reschedule the session? And he's like, "No, you acting like it's a big deal." And I can just always call him, but he has yet to call the therapist to make an appointment.
Because you got the information as well.
That's because neither one of you want to solve the marriage.
But I'm the one that reached out and found the person trying to make my attempts. She does nothing on her part to even try to help me out on anything.
Mr. Carroll, I asked you and you didn't answer me. Do you all like each other?
Do I like her?
When a judge starts leaning toward co-parenting instead of marriage, that's serious. It means the court sees more harm in staying together than separating. 4 marriage counselors, sleeping apart, emotional disconnect, tallying intimacy. These aren't small issues. They're signs of a relationship that's been surviving on duty, not love. But here's the twist. Both of them are hurting. Both feel unsupported, and both feel unseen. They're fighting each other instead of the problem. This is a powerful lesson for any couple watching. If the only thing keeping you together is the child, that child will feel the tension more than the love. Ask yourself, is a peaceful co-parenting situation healthier than a stressful marriage under one roof? Most people don't like the answer, but it's often yes.
But not right now.
Judge Starr, I will tell you how much he doesn't like me. He makes tallies of our intimate encounters. So one incident, because I've been sleeping separate from him, you know,
For how long?
For about 2 months. 2 months.
So the answer to my question is no.
No, not right now. It's been
Y'all don't
31
like
days
each other.
without sex, and
that's
I
another
do
thing.
keep
He's
a tally
keeping
because
tallies.
it's not a lot. You know
He's
what I'm saying?
keeping
So it's not a
tallies.
lot at all.
Of, oh, well, this day and this day, we haven't done anything. And I'm like, who does this?
Miss Carroll, that's because Mr. Carroll is not fulfilled in this marriage. You're not fulfilled in this marriage. You both seem truly unhappy, and I can hear it in your words, and I can see it in your actions. This is not a fatal mistake. It's okay to say, my needs have changed, and this no longer works for me. And we both love this beautiful little girl, and we both will do everything that is necessary to make sure she is loved and supported in the future, but we no longer want to make each other miserable. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. Mr. Carroll, have I summarized where you are in this relationship yet?
Yes.
You're miserable.
Yes.
Mrs. Carroll, you're miserable.
Yeah, I'm so miserable. And this is, what I'm about to say is not 100% on him, but just recently I checked myself into a mental retreat because I just felt overwhelmed, overstimulated, not supported. And so I went away to make sure that I was okay. And during that whole process, in the beginning, he was extremely supportive, but there are certain times that I'm asking him for things.
It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's not the hand holder that you want. He's not. And you are not building a bear.
Exactly.
You are building a marriage.
Exactly.
And if you're not willing to meet halfway, we can stop this. Okay? This is not who he is. And this is please no disrespect. I like Mr. Carroll. He's a nice man. I don't know anything about him that suggests that he's not a nice man, but he may not be the nice man for you. Okay? So it's okay. And this is a nice lady, and she just may not be the nice lady for you. Okay? She may be the mother of your child, but she may not be your long-term wife.
This case shows a couple who rushed into love, rushed into marriage, rushed into parenthood, but never built the emotional skills to handle the weight of it all. The divorce papers, being completely blank, says everything. They're torn between letting go and holding on to the memory of who they used to be. The judge made the message clear. If they can't be honest, communicate, and show up for each other, there's no marriage to save. But if they choose to rebuild with consistency, shared effort, and respect, there's still a chance for a healthier future, together or apart. If you found this case as shocking and eye-opening as we did, hit like, share your thoughts in the comments, and make sure you subscribe for more courtroom breakdowns and real-life relationship lessons. Don't miss the next one.
Ready.
Yes, Judge Starr.
Corey, may I see the papers?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, this is the state of Georgia. They are completely blank. Completely blank.
So the fact that they're not even signed.
Not just signed, nothing. Nothing is filled out. No claims are made. No signatures have been entered.
So I feel like there's a chance for us to work this out. It's more than just our daughter. It's just the fact that when I first met her, she was everything to me. And I would love to get that person back, and I would love to be the person that she expects from me to be as well.
You walked in here claiming that your husband was not there for you and you were done. Yet you walked in with blank divorce papers. Mr. Carroll, Mrs. Carroll, it's time for you all to stop talking to other people and start talking to each other.
I agree.
And until you're ready to be honest with each other, you're not ready to be in this room. I've seen lots of people cheat. I've seen lots of people with gambling problems and drug problems and anger problems. You got the I don't know what I want to do problem. Return this to the plaintiff. You both need to be consistent. You both need to show up for each other. You both need to figure out how to speak the same language. And you both need to do that outside the presence of this court, because this has been an